The Boston Marathon bombings trial is now essentially over. A judge formally sentencing Dzhokhar Tsarnaev to death today for his role in the bombings. Before he was sentenced, Tsarnaev had a message for his victims. CBS 4's Kenneth Craig has the day's developments.
Dzhokhar Tsarnaev began his statement by praising Allah. In the silent courtroom, the 21-year-old Boston Marathon bomber apologized to his victims and the survivors, saying he learned their names and faces. Then he asked Allah for mercy. Some victims were offended by his words.
He threw in an apology to the survivors that seemed insincere and just thrown in because he was supposed to, and then ended again with Allah, talking about leniency, implying that we should now be lenient to him.
The sentence was a foregone conclusion after a jury condemned Tsarnaev to death last month. The panel rejected the defense argument that Tsarnaev was under the influence of his older brother Tamerlan, who died in a shootout with police. Dozens of victims gave statements before the sentencing describing their suffering.
For me, it was the idea of actually being able to physically express all those feelings that I've been dealing with for 2 years.
Tsarnaev's attorney told the court her client was willing to plead guilty a year ago and apologize for his crimes, but that the government refused the deal. Kenneth Craig, CBS 4 News.
And look for much more on the sentencing of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev on the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. That's at 6:30 after the CBS 4 News at 6.